We're going to hop into the first game here. It's going to be over on Mirage, Tyloo's choice. And Divine Vendetta, for me to see a chance for Divine Vendetta to take it to 3 maps, I need to see them have a strong showing on Mirage.
Yeah, I think so too. I think these should be at least somewhat competitive maps. I think that's what Blair was kind of alluding to. The fact that the last time these teams played, it was 16-12 and 16-11 for Tyloo on both maps. That goes to show that it's probably not going to be a complete whitewash like some of the maps we've seen previously. So hopefully Divine Vendetta can show that. Hopefully we can see their individuals show up that we were kind of hyping up a little bit in the pregame. Even though they are this bottom seed, they should be able to keep it somewhat close against Tyloo. We've got everyone on the server here. We're just waiting to get underway into the action here on Mirage, which we were saying earlier is a very, very strong map for Tyloo. One they love to play, a massive 87% win rate on this one. So they are definitely going to be comfortable here on the first.
Yeah, I think there's just a quick issue with like pings, for instance, like we are talking about before. It's very difficult to play from the Middle East, just depending, just on the routing and stuff like that. I mean, even some of the games they've had before, they were close to like 80, 90 ping playing. And obviously there's really not much we can do about that in general when it comes to a tournament. They just have to hope that they can step up when they need to, and then, eventually, get to a land, especially during the, the current times with the global pandemic going on. Hopefully for them, they'll be able to show up here. I know they have very passionate fans, a lot of fans supporting them, and we have seen some good things out of them. We've seen that they can compete against some of the best. I mean, it was 16-10, 16-11 against Tyloo last time? 16-11, 16-12. Yeah, so 16-12 on Inferno, 16-11 on Mirage. There's definitely the potential. But let's see, as we're hopping straight into this, Tyloo going to be attacking here on the T side. Divine Vendetta going to be defending. It looks like they're going to want to barrel in towards this B side with a smoke and a flash. But there is going to be a stack here, Haka.
Yeah, quite a few CTs ready. Tyke is the man trying to see if he can spot them out early. Pokemon's there behind him as well, so they've got a bit of a lineup between these two players. And Tyloo are trapped in the apartments right now. The flashes are wreaking havoc. Tyke eventually opening things up. It's all coming in for Divine Vendetta. Tyloo struggling to do anything here. They just got trapped in those apartments, and I don't really see them doing anything from this point. Somebody's the last man left.
Alone against 5.
Ooh.
He gets the first kill. Quick little shift across the room. Gets himself one with a nice one tap. He's got a player behind him. He's going to try to rush him down as Davdov's looking to get away from this. The problem is the bomb is actually still in towards the apartments. He's trying to clear out that angle, and well, he will fall, unfortunately for him. And that will be Divine Vendetta taking themselves the very first round here of the series. A fantastic start for them. And I also like the way they played that out towards B, just spotting, just pixel spotting A1 to cross over, so they can play that one appropriately. And Tyke, he's got to be someone that steps up for them, and he already did in the pistol round alone.
Yeah, good start. That's exactly what we want to see from Divine Vendetta. In come the pistols for Tyloo. Deegs on most of their players. Somebody picking up a Tech 9 to get some extra nades. It's mainly going to be about landing those headshots for Tyloo in this one. From the Divine Vendetta side of things, they've got a couple of M4s in play. Those silenced M4s being slightly cheaper so that they can buy them easily into this round. And that nade will do some damage to Dan King. Definitely a very skilled player. Definitely somebody who you want to allow to have the freedom in this sort of round where you only have pistols. But that nade will force Dan King away.
And Ezra's not giving this position up either. He really wants to maintain it. They've got the 3-man hold with it. You got Tyke over towards short. You have Davdov in towards window, and looks like they might be walking into this trap here. It looks like Dan King and somebody going to push through with just the pistols. Somebody going to look to lead the charge here. Davdov not going to be spun out. Ezra goes for the peek towards the top of mid. He gets the first kill. Expecting maybe the flank round to come through, but the Molotov will hold somebody back so they can't capitalize off this position.
Summer looking for this angle onto the A site, but Divine Vendetta are playing this pretty safe. Other than that aggression at mid earlier, now they're just holding back, and they know that Tyloo don't have much time left, so they can afford to just hold back, set up some crossfires, set up some team play. Davdov there looking for the fight, and eventually Summer will hit the deck. 22 seconds now. Tyloo have really got to get a move on here. They will start to move up through ramp, trying to get in towards this A bomb site, but I think Divine Vendetta should be able to stop this pretty comfortably. Somebody moving in through connector gets caught in the back. The rotation is arriving. There's basically no time left, and there's basically no chance for Tyloo here. Davdov closes it out with the triple kill, and Divine Vendetta keep all 5 alive as well. That's going to do wonders for their economy.
Yeah, super clean. They've had 1 death in the first 2 rounds. And obviously coming through the pistol round, but this is good. This is good. This is a really good sign out of them. Obviously, I want to see how it comes into like the gun rounds coming through, but Davdov already off to a good start, 5-0. Really good positioning. Him and Ezram working well together in middle, and I like how they're not afraid. This is something Blair was talking about. They're just not afraid to play anyone. They'll take the fight directly to them. They'll show them no extra respect that they would show any other team. I don't want to say they play with no respect, because they obviously do. But they're definitely not going to, you know, get in their own heads of, oh, this is Tyloo. This is going to be a tough game. I don't know if we can beat them. It's going to be a quick push out of Palace, though, as the players are waiting for this. 1 kill will come in out of Dan King. Molotov's going to delay them from coming out of Palace. Somebody's left to himself in towards Sandwich. And that's going to leave Dan King slowly alone here up against the 4. And this should be another round for Divine Vendetta. Not quite the same play of Deagles with like Invictus do for Tyloo.
Yeah, not at the start of Mirage, at least. Maybe later on, we'll see, because we know Tyloo are a very skilled team across the board, but it has been a slow start for them. And if there was a way in which I could see Divine Vendetta having a chance here on Mirage, it would have to be just a really slow start from the individuals of Tyloo. So this is hopefully a positive sign for Divine Vendetta, who, to their credit, are landing their shots, getting these kills pretty quickly. I think once we get into the first gun round, that will be the real litmus test to me to see if Tyloo are going to have a slow start, or if once they get the rifles out, they'll be able to up their game. Slowly is really teasing us here. He's got like 4 CTs watching this angle. He keeps on just sliding back and forth. Now he's stuck behind the smoke, so we'll be waiting a little bit longer.
Just live it up to his name.
Yeah.
Playing this round out slowly. Then he pushes in, and now he's dead. Okay, so that round is over. Rounds off to a flying start here. But here we go, right? This is what I wanted to see. Going into the gun round. Well, let's see if Havoc actually invests up or Pokemon. I guess they're going to play out a little bit of a bonus round. Havoc did upgrade. But they have to be able to contest against Tyloo. And the flurry of shots and strategies that might be coming their way here on this map. There's so many individually skilled players on the Tyloo side that's really hard to pinpoint someone who might be the one to shut you down and really cause you a nuisance. Cause you a nuisance? Really be a nuisance. And look at this. The pace has already been picked up off the bat. Tyloo immediately going for that middle control, and they've been gifted it completely. Davdov here. He's had a shot onto Dan King. So it looks like he wants to go in towards window. So this is going to be tough with 3 players towards B out of Divine Vendetta. They're completely split down the middle.
Yeah, Tyloo taking this mid control early is definitely nice for them. This boost would be a way for Divine Vendetta to try and get some control back, but they've got to be aware that there are players in window, there are players in ladder room already, and Attacker spots him, but Tyke wins the fight. Great job from Tyke. Oh, somebody is so fast on that kill, though. He gets dinked and then replies with the AK headshot, and now Tyke has to do even more on the B-bomb site. He's left alone. Bomb is dropped, but there's a player coming in behind him, and he's got to be careful. There's a player so close on the site. Tyke somehow still surviving. Finally, he's dealt with, and Davdov has got 3 players against him. He seems aware the flank is here. Dan King's made some noise, but at the same time, there are also 2 players on the site that he's got to be scared of. And now that that bomb's getting planted, well, he nearly gets the kill onto Summer, but he's unable to deny that from happening. And he's still locked in from all sides here. This is so tough for Davdov. He's still just looking for a way. There's the turnaround. Almost the chance for the second. And there it is. Second shot lands from Davdov. And it's into the 1 versus 1 against Slowly. He has no clue where this last man is, but he's playing the guessing game. And he might play the guessing game correctly. Slowly's playing at bench right now. Almost gets it, but Slowly secures the round for Tyloo. But that came way closer than it should have for Tyloo there.
It came with a massive expense for Tyloo. I mean, yeah, they get the round, but still to lose out on 4 players. And around there looking to get some confidence for themselves. And Davdov's going to be gifted over another op yet again. Pokemon donating that over to him. Really rough times, and Davdov has showed up to play. That's great to see. I already mentioned before, and he was 5-0. Can they keep that pace? We already talked about somebody and being so quick, a little flick over. Dan King trying to lurk in this round, but this is still not over yet. I mean, obviously we're only 4 rounds, and of course it's not over, Jason. But it wasn't as dominating of a first round I expected out of Tyloo, right? And for the caliber of team they are against a team that they're playing against, I think that's Divine Vendetta really showing that hey, we showed up to play. We had 4 days off. We spent those 4 days practicing, and we're not going to let you take this this match easily.
Yeah, you can already see a couple of Mac 10s into this round for Tyloo. You talked about the cost of that previous round with those kills at the end there. It really has borne out into this round, but look at what Tyloo are going to do here. They've got everyone on the B side of the map. This looks like it could be a fast B play. Somebody looked ready to pull the trigger, but maybe he's decided to slow down, and these counter nades could be everything. The molly's coming through, but somebody's already running out towards the site.
What?
He gets that kill up close. I barely even saw that. And oh, it's the nade from Dan King that gets the second kill. Both entries onto the B site. That's not a good look for the CTs.
Did he even see that?
I don't know, man.
I want to see that like frame by frame.
Yeah, I know.
Because that was... he was even on his screen long enough for a bolt to hit him. That was ridiculous. And now the rest of them are going to try to save their weapons. Summer's kind of already on the hunt. 3 players in Palace. He's by himself, and honestly, he's going to have some money, but he's going to lose his AK, and he's going to drop it. Unfortunately, that could be recovered by Pokemon. As now maybe the rest of the teams are going to push into this, but again, they've only swatted up the 1 player. But this will be a second round for Tyloo. They've avoided Davdov on his AWP. Now Dan King maybe looking to challenge this. The smoke will fade in a few seconds. But you don't want to lose out on too many players. You can throw the Mac 10 in, which I think is exactly what they're trying to do. And instead, nothing happens. No big deal. I think they rescued the AK that Summer dropped.
Yeah, I didn't actually see at the end there. This is what we're going to see. Oh, we've got the super slow-mo, I hope.
Yeah, look at that. You like crouch into the shot or something? Ridiculous.
Damn. Well, it's good to know that I've just not turned into an old man and that was just very fast. Oh, damn. They go back to it again here as well, Jason. They go back to this B site. Everyone on the Tyloo side all focused on the B side of the map at the start of this round. And this time, Divine Vendetta don't look too ready for this one. You can see Ezram's lining up nades at the back here, and there are so many smokes about to arrive on this B bomb site.
No angles being given up either. Ezram takes down somebody who charges straight in towards the back. Davdog gets one as well through the smoke. They've not dealt with the men on site. They've not dealt with the men towards short. The smokes are going to fade. And I think this is going to be Divine Vendetta taking themselves around, and it's a tough round to take. Getting over those 3 weapons from the round prior. Summer jumps in, takes on Ezra. Havoc comes around the side. Attacker's able to close it on that one. He gets down Pokemon as well. He's going for the reload here. His first 2 kills of this map. Got time to play with, and he's got, luckily, just a P250 and an op. But the problem is he doesn't know where Tyke is. Any second now, Tyke could just peek around the corner, and this could be the round over. But he's trying to be careful. Probably going to wait for the plant sound to come in. What do you do if you're... Oh, I don't think he spotted Davdov there. I think Davdov definitely noticed.
Ooh, there's the spray onto the first man. And now Attacker is only against this P250 of Tyke in the 1 versus 1. Attacker going for the fake plant, trying to bait him out. Oh, no, he doesn't realize Tyke's playing from kitchen. He didn't know where Tyke was coming from, and he turns his back at just the wrong time. Tyke, with only the P250, comes away with it. And Tyloo there nearly coming back into the rounds. It was so close at the end there. It wasn't looking good for them to begin with. And I want to see, yeah, there was a slight gap over that smoke, which is what Davdov got the vision through. That's what allowed this to come into this position in the first place. But then Attacker really tried his damnedest to win that 1v4. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the right read at the end there. But it's still full buys for both teams into this next round.
Oh, man. Again, this is like kind of aggression. You see Tyloo try to push out in towards middle like they've done before, but they don't have the 4 players there this time. The attacker's been able to respond, but Ezram again. Talked about how good individually all the players are on Divine Vendetta, and I think he showed us exactly why. Well, they expect Slowly to be here. There's no one really watching the angle. You can see Davdov playing passive, 2 players towards B playing passive, and even Ezra now, who's gone back in through window and towards CT spawns playing passive. So a lot of ground going to be given up to Tyloo. Problem is, they just don't have the smokes to make anything happen off of this.
See how safe the CTs are playing here. They know they've got the man advantage, and especially the players on the A site realize that their teammates are pushing through B, so they can afford to sit back, and they can perhaps afford to play for the retake once those teammates start rotating over. The problem could be that Slowly's pushed into jungle. I thought for a second he was going to go for a flank all the way through CT there, but the bomb plant is really taking its time here for Tyloo. That's allowing these CTs to arrive. That's allowing them to rotate, and Slowly has to hold. He only gets 1 kill. Nice trade from Tyke. Still decent positions for Tyloo to try and watch this bomb from, though.
And considering Summer's not going to have any pressure, Dan King, all he needs to do is get the information, but you can see he's not sure of the angles they could be coming from. Well, he's sure of the angles they could be coming from, but not exactly where they'll be. Summer, great position out of him, gets the 1, and now they're going to know exactly where the last player is going to be. He's going to try to rotate around. The bomb is being stuck, 2 seconds left to go. He needs to peek up into this one. He spots the diffuser, but he's still going to be able to pull off a time and get the kill on top of that. Divine Vendetta, he pulled the round back. Get themselves up 5-2, and more importantly, Davdov gets that final kill, so he doesn't lose the AWP because money is still tight on their side. Very close round.
Yeah, Davdov's still landing shots as well, even after he defuses. There's that earlier kill from Ezram. I think that was just a double dink that landed. He definitely did well in this round, and you see towards the end here, Divine Vendetta do a pretty good job at sticking together, working as a squad, making sure they always have 2 players ready to fight their opponents. And even though Davdov's teammate couldn't be the bodyguard, couldn't keep him safe, he just about bought enough time to allow that defuse to happen. So it is Divine Vendetta up to an early 5-2 lead. And I think this is what we were talking about on the desk, is that if Tyloo just go for their crazy aggressive play style, Divine Vendetta have the players who can stop those individual plays from happening. And we've seen now a couple of rounds where Tyloo lose some of the early fights. They have to fight from a tough position, and Divine Vendetta are able to just use some basic teamwork and some good individuals to win these rounds. These are really good signs at the start of this one for the Divine Vendetta guys.
Well, moving on to T side, though, I do have to kind of wonder how that would go for them. I'm going to check out Mirage. They went 9-6 CT side. And then T side, they got 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And Tyloo got 10. So T side's definitely going to be the worry for me. They definitely seem to be a team that performs better on CT side. I'd say CT side in general across most of the maps they seem to perform better on, which is really weird. Because I feel like T side is generally the harder side to play. Or sorry, the easier side to play. Because of the fact that you're all grouped up, you're pushing together. There's no like retaking synergy needed. You're not really split up, 3-2 or 2-1-2 anywhere around the map. You play together. But definitely seem to be a stronger CT team. And they've given up complete control of middle yet again. Like, look at this presence. There's no one here. You got Davdov and Havoc playing towards B. The rest of the team playing... I think Sully falling right there might have just gotten it in their own heads. No one would have heard that on the CT side. They're going to push up through. Ike just playing secret. Playing a little bit hidden here. Pokemon's already been spotted out, so his position is going to be given up. Trying to use the smoke to buy him some time. He's already been spammed out on, and somehow he's able to survive for a decent amount of time. But Tyke, will he be noticed? Well, now he's going to be attacker. He's going to be dropped. Tyke comes around the corner and gets a second. The MP9 doing wonders.
And now he's got the silence weapon if he wants to be a sneaky boy. Indeed, there's a third and a fourth. Tyke is absolutely annihilating them in this round. It's all up to Dan King to do what he can. But he needs 3 more kills at the end here, and he's not got the time to do it. In fact, he might die after time. Oh, Dan King, you've got to be careful here with the money. He gets that kill he needed. He just about survives and saves the AK into the next round. That's all about Tyke, though, just popping off from the back of that A site there. That MP9 being sneaky. Tyloo weren't ready for that position. And then he's able to upgrade his gun as well. This is so well played.
Yeah, and that was a big force about a Tyloo, too. I mean, you had a Galil, you had a Deagle in there. It wasn't necessarily like a full big commitment out of them. I mean, it was a big commitment out of them. They just didn't have the weaponry to support what they wanted to do. And they might crash in towards the B site. Seems to be their only success so far. Flashes have already gone through, but they've been held back. Maybe trying to bait out the utility and then do it yet again. I do like this play. Kind of like go for a rush towards the site, get their utility out, then fade away for another like 30, 40 seconds to make the other team think they're rotating towards another site, and then just crash it yet again. Because they have the smoke set up. You can see Dan King and Attacker are both going to be sitting on theirs. Slowly even's got one in his hand. If Davdov can rotate in quick enough, I feel like they could shut this down. But this is going to be tough. Shots are going to have to be hit.
Havoc playing up close on the site, and they go before the smokes have bloomed. That allows Tyke to get 2 kills from short before those smokes land. And these flashes are not doing enough onto these CTs, unfortunately. They're still able to get just enough vision. Nicely done by Divine Vendetta to land their shots, but it looked like the timing was just slightly off there from Tyloo. They pushed just 1 or 2 seconds too soon before those smokes had really bloomed. And that's what allowed Tyke and Havoc to be able to get those kills on the B bomb site. And speaking of Tyke, he's up to 14 kills now. He's had a fantastic start to Mirage.
Again, that's a player that we didn't really see in the first week of group play. But like ever since week 2, he's definitely rose to the occasion. That's something we talked about a lot when it comes to tournaments, especially extended tournaments like this. You never want to be a team or even an individual that peaks too early in the tournament where you have your best performances in the very beginning. You want to continue to grow in, to the whole tournament. That way you get better and better as the games get harder and harder. And Tyke, well, he'll get the first one. That's going to be Dan King falling. Pokemon will die at the exact same time, however. And Ezram, again, another player we've been talking a little bit about. Towards Connector, he's really been locking down that control, but it's allowed Attacker to get through.
Ooh. Okay.
That was sick.
Yeah. Ezram has been getting quite a few kills with that silenced M4. He seems to be able to control that really effectively on these tight angles as well. Excellent work. And now it is Tyloo who have to come back from a 2 versus 3. Somebody and Summer grouping back up towards this B site. We said earlier, this is where they've had some success previously. This time they don't have the same amount of nades, but they do only have 1 man against them. Unfortunately, that 1 man is Tyke, who's been having such a great game so far. And as long as he only gets 1 kill even, that could be enough for his team. He hears the steps now. Tyke is aware, but he doesn't get the kill he needed. Somebody wins that first fight, and now they can get this bomb down onto B.
Now playing for the after plant. The op not the best weapon of choice here. Havoc's going to have to get this first kill at least to give him a chance. Summer off to the side. And now Davdov, he's just looked to save. I mean, he's got 5k, yes. Would be a big round if you could win this out, but it's just going to be a tough ask. Plus, you're also potentially giving over an op to Dan King. There we go. First shot. Come around the corner. Summer's actually in the kitchen. Oh, he almost hits the quick scope. If he pulled it off, he would have been a legend. I didn't think he would go for it either. I mean, I guess he must have been feeling it. He's up to 10 kills, but that's another round for Tyloo.
Yeah, and the problem is that now, I mean, Davdov can still afford the ult, but it's his teammates that are going to suffer for that. You can already see Pokemon there bought an MP9 before the end. This fight from somebody was really important. As soon as he wins that, Tyloo are in such a good spot to try and win the round. And even though Davdov had the right idea, he wasn't able to connect. Still, if Divine Vendetta win this one, they can remain on top. Both teams having basically no money left in the bank. So this is a really big round for both squads here. If Tyloo lose this, they could actually end up losing this first half quite significantly. But somebody's holding for this aggression. Here we go. Sprayed good onto the first. Ezram sprays him through the wood, though. Nice trade from the CTs. Again, making sure they're always sticking together. This A play could be good for Tyloo, but they've left the bomb behind, Jason.
Just typical things. Just standard things happening. And they could back away.
All right.
They forced rotations over, but it's not like they're able to capitalize off of this.
Yeah, and they don't have many nades left now.
I bet Divine Vendetta is sitting there wondering, like, okay, what's going on? Maybe they're going to rotate a player back towards B. They haven't pushed out for information. I think that's Ezram who's doing that now, but that's over towards middle. But they only have 1 smoke left here for Tyloo. So where did they throw it down is my question. Maybe block off CT. Flashbang coming in. Ezram's going to be going on the rotate behind them. Looks like they do know it's heading towards the safe side. And as time ticks away, it just gets Ezram a step closer every second to being the linchpin in this round. And here we go. Are they going to go for the push in now? The smoke goes down. Maybe trying to plant within this. Luckily, there's no one towards jungle or connector, though, so it should be an easy plan.
Oh, that flank from Ezram is arriving slowly but surely, and I'm not sure they're ready for it. Attacker currently has his back turned. He looks this way. Oh, Ezram's not ready for it. Attacker just runs him down. And now Divine Vendetta have got to start to get these kills on the retake, and it's not happening for them. The molly will force Tyloo away. Havoc gets 1 kill, but that bomb is planted pretty open. The smoke will help them, though. They can maybe try and get on the bomb. They can maybe try and cause some chaos. There's the tap. What? Attacker just one-tapped him through the smoke. That's unbelievable. And now Davdov decides he wants to try and get the hell out of there, but Attacker gets another man through the smoke. I want to see that one-tap again, though. That was ridiculous.
Just attacker things. Smokes, what are those? He's got the zip nicks config, you know? Got things all ready to go for him, but still ridiculous stuff. I mean, we talked about Attacker, right? We compared him and Tyke, I believe, at the top of the match. And for good reason. Yeah, just casual. I think maybe I had to do with like Summer calling it out. Summer was in towards connector to give the information, but then again, there was a smoke there, right? So, but 7-4. Divine Vendetta still with the lead. I want to see more of them. The problem is they don't have the weapons this round. They only have the Deagle and a flash for Ezreal. I mean, it was 9-6 last time, and their T side was kind of horrendous thereafter. I mean, D13 did turn my attention around when we went on to, was it Mirage last time, taking 16-14 or getting to 16-14. They're looking to push through. The flashbang's still there. They're all sitting within the smokes, and they're going to come straight in. Attacker get the first point of contact as they drop down in towards Sandwich, but somebody slowly going to shut down the rest of the attack, and that will be Tyloo getting themselves up to 5.
Yeah, you can definitely see Tyloo's comfort level on this map with some of these nades they've been throwing, with some of these full executes they've had towards the bomb sites. They've had that one over on A, which, sure, it's the standard nades, but it's more the timings of them and more the flashes that they're able to use effectively. But they also have that similar setup over at B, where they have the 3 smokes over the top. So you can see that Tyloo have put a fair bit of time into some of these plays. They're making sure they have plenty of nades as they hit these bomb sites. But they also have the rounds where they're willing to go more for just aggression and more for just taking mid control and then working from there. So it's been a nice mix of the two for Tyloo so far. I'll be hoping that they can get their 6th round into this one. Divine Vendetta went for a bit of early aggression here. You can see Pokemon's pushed into A ramp, so he will sit in that position while the rest of his team hold back on their sides of the map. Attacker waiting in underpass as well, but Divine Vendetta not giving him the fight. Oh, as soon as I say that, Ezram just drops down and Attacker was not ready for it. Good kill from Ezram. Again, his play at mid has been very effective so far.
Even his flank, I mean, it's a shame that Attacker was at 2 rounds before, caught him out on it, but we've seen him play middle, holding towards the short side on the ramp, looking straight towards underpass. He's had the back of his teammates. This time he won't have it. As just kind of by himself, really hoping that no one's going to be pushing single. And he's lucky no one will be doing that. It's just somebody coming through underpass, which he's already aiming down perfectly on. Oh my, how does somebody get that kill, honestly? I think Ezreal even spotted like the barrel of his gun before he even came around the corner. Now Pokemon, he's going to be in for a rough time, still turned, and he's going to be seen by the edge of the smoke.
Ooh, you barely even get to see Summer there. Davdov is not going to be happy with that one, but his teammates still have a chance. Tyke, with a kill on the edge of the smoke, maybe keeps it somewhat doable. Still 3 Tyloo players remaining, though, and they are pretty heavily focused on CT spawn right now. Molotov goes down from Danking. That forces them to just hold back. You can see Havoc there taking a bit of damage from the molly even, and I don't think they're going to be winning this. Danking with another quick kill, and Tyke might think about backing off at this point. Time is probably too far gone. He's hanging around here. There's the first kill he was looking for. Looks for a second, but slowly wins that fight. And Tyloo are starting to get warm now. After a bit of a slow start, they're getting some rounds on the board.
Well, they got their 6, right? That's what they got last time against Divine Vendetta when they started off on the T side. Yeah, that shot at somebody, but I think more importantly was it Summer pushing towards sight. Like, I mean, the thing is, they got burned there once, right? That was Tyke holding that position before with the MP9, and then he, well, not the exact same position, but right next to it. And then it cost him a round. This time, they're like, no. We're not giving you that chance. We're taking away any hope in this round. And now, what do Divine Vendetta have to spend? Some pistols. It's doable, but as you said, Tyloo's starting up slow, but this train is slowly picking up speed as we advance through these rounds. We hit 1 stop next What was I gonna say? We hit one stop next. Next. I don't know. I don't even know how to say the words anymore. We keep going through the stops, getting towards this final destination.
There you go.
Which obviously is getting to the semifinals. I got there eventually. It's still early for me. It's 11:50 a.m. You know, I'm normally waking up.
Yeah, technically still the morning, so you can just say you can blame it on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, even like 2 p.m. is the morning for my old schedule.
True.
I will say this, though. The best thing about doing this event, or one of the best things about doing this event, is it's like completely fixed my terrible sleep schedule that I had before this of waking up at like 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.
Yeah, it forces you to get onto a reasonable sleeping pattern. It's good.
But for you, I mean, you're normally waking up at 4 a.m. you said, or something like that, right?
Mine's been all over the place, but you know what? I'm here now, Jason. That's the main thing that matters. Unfortunately, Divine Vendetta are not in this round, apparently, because they've just been swept under the rug. They only got a single kill there, and that means it's all tied up heading into the last round of the half. Davdov's got that AWP out again. That's definitely something to get excited about for Divine Vendetta, but for Tyloo, it's not been necessarily any of their players individually stepping up across the board. It's just been all of them having a pretty solid time of things. All of them have contributed to get to this point, and now they've got the chance to try and end up winning this first half, which would be a pretty impressive comeback from.
Seen him Davdov do this before in some other matches. Ooh. The Molotov and the nade on top of him, 16 HP. And he's going to run away with just a parting gift of no health. Ezra's still going to be holding a connector, which he's been doing a great job, honestly. 11 kills, but he's been really locking down that position for his team. Davdov's going to get the first thing on towards Palace. Summer's going to respawn with his own AWP. Switching back over to the AK thereafter, though. And Ezra again. Really an immovable object, Tyloo. There's no one else coming from middle. So they can at least focus all their attention over towards the safe side, but Attacker slowly made his way forward. I'm not sure if they're going to expect him to be up this close already.
Yeah, that CT smoke is obscuring the vision, but Attacker will go into the open. And two fights won in quick succession for Tyloo. Pokemon trying to lock this down. He gets a dink onto Summer, but Summer replies with the AWP shot, and Tyloo end up winning 6 rounds in a row to close out the half to give themselves the slight lead heading into their CT side. They'll be very happy with that comeback. They'll be happy that they're in a position where they're the ones who are currently on top. Again, though, Divine Vendetta have definitely shown us signs of life. They've definitely shown us an ability to just hold on just an individual basis, which is good. But we've got to see if that continues into the T side, because as you were saying earlier, Jason, this is where Divine Vendetta have had some struggles in the past on this very map against Tyloo.
I mean, this is maybe a sign of, I think, their kind of weakness on T sides of maps. I wonder what they've been able to prove in the 4 days, though. They've had time. They've had the ability to watch countless, VODs of Tyloo. Looks like they might be able to sneak in towards this B-side. Tyke actually almost has an opportunity to push in towards Kitchen right now. That's going to be Summer, who's backed away from it completely. Oh no. Gets caught looking the wrong way. Attacker gets the kill. Early man advantage, but they're going to push straight in towards B now, Haka.
Nice shot from Summer. Somebody's there as well. He's got 2 kills, and this last man is in trouble. Summer just dishing out the damage, all the shots landing to the body. Finally, Attacker closes out the pistol. Divine Vendetta not really getting anything going there. It's such a shame that first fight goes against them as well, because I think if they get that first kill, they maybe decide not to commit to B, and they can start to play more across the map, because they know they got to kill over towards the A side of things. But as soon as they lose it, they know they don't have map control elsewhere. They kind of just have to commit into the B site. And as soon as they lose those early fights, it's round over at that point. And it's Tyloo who keep their win streak going. And they should be keeping it going in this one as well, considering Divine Vendetta have invested a whopping $300 into this round.
I do kind of fear for Divine Vendetta. If Tyloo hit that switch, that flick within them, or flip within them, they become so dominating, especially on a map like Mirage. You see them have a 14-1. I think the only 14-1. Maybe there's been another one. I can't remember off the top of my head. We had so many games happen. of the entire group stage. And obviously, when they're playing for RMR points, right? It's like serious. I mean, obviously they were already like qualified through after like the first 1.5 weeks to get into playoffs. I think they were a little bit more relaxed the rest of the time. This is for RMR points. This is to play in the major potentially. This is like to get yourself a redemption up against Tiger. And funny enough, so since Tyloo lost to Tiger in the road to Rio, they have a chance to meet up with them in the semifinals if they can win this game and get that ultimate vengeance. What happened before.
Yeah, that would make a big difference as well, because if you knock Tiger out in that semifinal, they're going to get even less points, right? So you've got a chance to really build up a bit of a lead there to be able to come back into it. So
well, on top of that too, because the events are weighted more heavily the later on in the year they actually are going to get more points for winning than Tyloo or than Tiger got for winning Road to Rio. But they should pass them if they can take the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. Good opportunity for Tyloo to do just that. Maybe an opportunity for Divine Vendetta into this round, though, because they've got full AKs, and Tyloo only have the one M4 on their side of things. They've got a few FAMASs in there as well, though. Or, I forgot FAMAS, not FAMASs, Jason, as Mitch always likes to tell me. Mitch always likes being right. That's the thing.
He's not right very often.
I know.
But when he is, he just doesn't let it go, and he always brings that, like, one little piece of information, that one little nugget of knowledge he knows into the mix.
Yeah, there's not many nuggets in that brain of Mitch.
No. Oh, perfect average height, one standard deviation, blah, 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 blah. Statistics. And then he can't even add, you know, numbers when we're talking about how many rounds a team needs to win, so I don't know. Poor guy's not even here to defend himself.
I know, we're still just ragging on him. Well, these AKs are doing a good job at the start of this round. Pokemon's found that kill. Time is ticking here for Divine Vendetta, though. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock. And look at this rotation from Tyloo. Everyone is arriving on the B site, and they're arriving just in time. Problem is, they're not winning any fights. It's only Dan King left alive here. Even though they had everyone on the correct side of the map, Dan King gets the one kill, but he's going to get ganged up on at the end there. Good read from Tyloo, but the AKs just win way too many of those fights.
I mean, it was a good round by Divine Vendetta, but we also have to take that with a grain of salt, right? Like, that was also a bonus round out of Tyloo. They had 1 and 4, like you said.
Here, though.
What's up?
Look at that buy here, though. It's actually not that great here either.
Yeah, no, they're gonna force it up again. And I mean, now that you have Dan King on the op, I wouldn't count them really out in this round. I mean, you got Summerstone on the M4, you still have 2 of FAMAS. If they can do it again, if Divine Vendetta take this round, then it's like, okay, all right, we're onto something here, and they can definitely do better than they did previously. I think I said it was like, 2 rounds they got on the T side up against them. This time looking to obviously do better with the 4 days off.
I think Dan King realizes his AWP might have to make a play in this round to give them that early advantage, to maybe make up for some of those other weapons that aren't as strong. He's trying to see if he can do that in connector, but the flash is really well placed from Divine Vendetta, forces that AWP away. Mid control looking good for Divine Vendetta at the start of this one. Tyloo is still hanging around mid, though. They're not completely giving up on it. They've got that man in window. They've got a couple of players on short waiting close by. So the T's still have to be somewhat aware of that. They still need to be somewhat careful. Then comes that Molotov from Tyke. Ezram looks like he might move into that position, but slowly he's ready for it. The MP9 getting that kill up close. And again, it's another slow round from Divine Vendetta. A little over 30 seconds left on the clock, and Tyke finally gets their first kill of the round.
Seemed like he was about to give up on his spray there too. He's like, all right, I'm done after this last bullet, but luckily he pulled it up. Davdov, oh, gets caught while he was throwing the Molotov, and Summer has the drop on him. Tyke now is going to lose the battle up against Slowly. That's the MP9 getting another kill, and Havoc's left alone. They know exactly where he's going to be. Slowly recovers an AK from this, and the nade will be there to finish it off. So 2 AKs and the op being brought over to the next round. 2 kills for Summer, 2 kills for Slowly. Great name, Tummer.
Yeah, I like it.
But they had, like you said, I mean, it was 2 FAMAS, it was an op, it was 1 M4, and it was 1 SMG, and they still ended up being enough to close the round out.
Yeah, it was another round for Divine Vendetta where they play it pretty slow and they don't really put too much pressure on the map. I wonder if that's something that they might have to switch up into the future, even if it's just 1 or 2 rounds where they go for a faster play, just to kind of keep Tyloo guessing, because these slow rounds have not been too effective. I mean, that previous one was when they exploded onto the B site at the end there, but in that one, it looked like Tyloo were just much more prepared for the slow play. So hopefully this time round, we'll see if Divine Vendetta can do something with a force buy of their own. They've got a fair few AKs in there, but Havoc's had to go without any nades. There's a Galil on Pokemon. There's a Mac 10 on Tyke. A couple of issues in the T side buy. And they will be largely grouping up towards these B apartments at the start of this one.
Well, he talked about picking up the pace, and well, Tyke's done just that. Again, one quick kill coming through. They still have Havoc, though, flanking over towards Palace. He's going to be naded out, but he's not really going to, okay, I was going to say complain too much, as he does follow the Summer. And Summer even spots one more player out towards short. The bomb's still going to be on Davdov, though. And he's taking his time over towards B. Maybe he's trying to bait the rotates over towards A with his teammates. Ezreal's going to win the duel against Summer, which he might now be a pivotal part of this round. Oh, no, Dan King. He doesn't miss those that often.
That leaves us in a 3 versus 3. One which Divine Vendetta will be happy to be in, especially with Pokemon's position. Could definitely be the difference maker in this round. He's able to cut off the rotation, so as soon as that push starts to come into the B site, Pokemon's position could be a really good one just to get a free kill if there's an unsuspecting player on the rotate. Divine Vendetta are slowly but surely lining this up. Look at that smoke, though. Pokemon has to move through that. He might be able to get this one in the back, though. Here it is. Pokemon spray eventually works out for him. An attacker has to try and take the fights, but he's caught from both sides. He's not able to get away with it. Pokemon's position does come up to allow Divine Vendetta to win the rounds. And now Tyloo's money is really bad. There's no way for them to get a good buy into this one.
How did that work? I mean, the thing is, they knew someone could be in window because Ezreal got the kill onto, I believe it was Summer in Connector. And they smoke it because of that, obviously. But then Tyke just pushes through the smoke, and Dan King just kind of runs through CT spawn. Maybe he didn't, get the information that there could be a player there. I would imagine there had to have been like some misstep in communication, or maybe expected him to like never push that smoke or something. I'm not sure, but
even the smoke, they could have just put it in the actual sort of hole itself, and then I feel like you can't really die from that angle.
Went a little too deep there.
But
that cost him potentially the round. And I did like the change up. At least this attacker just said, "All right, well, I just got to push in towards sight. I got to force a 1v1 that I know I can take right off the bat." And it doesn't work out. If you could have got the bomb dropped, it would have been a 1v1 with him having the bomb in his hands. Let's see. We're seeing the force up come in on a Tyloo yet again. We got the Max 7, MP9, and some pistols, even an M4 for slowly. The utility's really not going to be there, and the Molotov's just completely inferno on the site, and Dan King pushes straight to Ezreal and gets the kill.
Yeah, that was like into the Molotov there from Dan King. That was a ballsy, to say the least. Trades should be about to come in onto the site itself as well. Summer unable to get that kill he was looking for. And now Tyloo might have a tough time holding this down. Somebody's got this Mag 7, but it's not the best range for it there. Havoc gets that kill. And even though Tyloo are putting up a decent fight, slowly still got 2 players against him, both of them on the site itself. He's looking for a fight, but they're not giving it to him. They're just going to go for the bomb plant. Slowly working around the side of this smoke, spots that first man. Has to go for the reload, though, and now they know exactly where he is. Slowly still looking for this, but Divine Vendetta have got 1 man off the site. That could be all they need here. Slowly trying to find it, but Tyke wins that battle. Tyke's continued his form here into the second half as well, up to 24 kills now, as Divine Vendetta should be able to tie up this game.
I mean, Tyloo, they've got no money. I mean, maybe... No, I won't even imagine really that many pistols and armor bought. Yeah, P250 is CZ in there, another P250. Looking good. As you mentioned, Tyke on 24 kills. I feel like everyone's been kind of doing their part here within the roster of Divine Vendetta. We're seeing a big stack towards B. Are they going to get aggressive with this, or are they literally just going to sit in towards sight and hope that the bomb heads this way? And as we can see, there's a chance it's going to be coming. Pokemon going to be the first feeler. Looking for early info. I almost want to see them not challenge this angle. to make him think, oh wait, they're stacking towards the A site. This is such a big risk, but you know what? This is a round Tyloo can win if Divine Vendetta walk through this path.
Would have been nice if Slowly had a gun there to be boosted up with, maybe a Deeg to try and get a longer range headshot. Oh, that Molotov is so well placed. Somebody forced away from the angle. This B-stack, as you said, could still be slightly scary for Divine Vendetta, but they've actually called it off. Smart decision here by the T's. They've realized that there may be a stack on towards that B site, so they decide to run back around, and Ezram was waiting the entire time. He's able to cut off the rotate. They should get onto the A site first here. They're going to arrive before Tyloo can arrive on the rotation, so really nice read here from Divine Vendetta, and it should give them the round. At this point, I don't see how Tyloo win this.
I don't see it either. You have the AKs. They've got the distance. I feel so bad for Slowly there, by the way. Because he's watched that angle, right? He was boosted up, checking for his Delpan the entire time. And once they start pushing towards B, he turns his attention towards apartments. And that's when Ezram gets in that corner. He never expects them to be there once they try to push in towards middle, contest the rotation back towards A. Okay, well, Summer will get a kill. Maybe they can rescue that weapon. See if the bomb gods are kind. Ooh, attacker wanted it. But he didn't get it.
No. That's a shame as well, because even after saving in the previous round, Tyloo's money is still very much on the edge. They can buy rifles, but they're missing some nades. Somebody's had to go down to a FAMAS just so that he can get that one defuse kit for the team. And this is getting into dangerous territory here for Tyloo. We didn't expect this first map to really be that close with how good Tyloo have been on Mirage. But Divine Vendetta got off to a great start. Now they've started to turn it round on the T side as well. And this is a pretty important round here in this game for both these teams, especially for Tyloo. They've got their rifles into this round. And they've got a couple of players rotated over to B right now. Pretty heavy B setup for the Tyloo side so far in this one. You can see Danking is even thinking about rotating a fourth player over to B. They are really certain it's going to be a B play right now. And they might be right in their read. Divine Vendetta, though, are not pulling the trigger yet. They themselves are happy to just take their time in this round, and they're going back to their slow playstyle, which has been pretty effective so far.
I really wonder if they're going to start to execute towards B and then back away like last time. Because the stack is going to be here. 3 players. Danking can rotate in very quickly. This time somebody's going to have the smoke to prevent himself from being Molotov'd out, and Slowly's going to be there, this time with a gun. He gets himself 2 kills. Somebody's just going to spray down the first. The bomb's in their hands. And now Davdov left alone against 4. Maybe he can get a kill onto somebody. Got the AK, and he's got somebody watching the angle. Oh, no, just dink, dink, dink. That's the AK's picked up. Well, one of them. And there you go. Tyloo bounced back, and well, Divine Vendetta, they're going to have themselves a buy-up here. However, got a bomb plant and them, I guess, taking the round convincingly, or convincingly enough to get enough kills. And I think we're going to see Tyloo potentially get to 14 off of this.
Yeah, this is where it gets down to crunch time, and this is where Divine Vendetta might not have the same level of experience as some of these Tyloo players who have played in some really, really big tournaments, who have been in some big moments themselves. Looks like Divine Vendetta are set on this B site at the start of this round, though, and this will be a faster play, not something we've really seen from them. Somebody getting a clear line of sight for that initial kill, but he's quickly traded and slowly gets spammed through the smoke. The switch-up works out for Divine Vendetta. The fast play gets them onto the B bomb site, and Tyloo might think about saving here now that this bomb has been planted.
It's taken away. A lot of spam coming through. Summer's been dropped to 8 HP. I mean, you can see Pokemon still on 24 tucked away on the site, but they have so many angles covered off here. If you're Tyloo, you just think about saving now. Only 1 death for Divine Vendetta, and only need to get 2 kills, and they're going to take the round here. Tyloo playing for the next round. They're definitely hitting this brick wall here, and I'm not sure exactly what Divine Vendetta really changed up. Remember, they only got 2 rounds T-side last time they met on Mirage. And they actually lost the first half on CT side when they won it before 9-6. when they met in the group stage.
Yeah, I love that switch up of pace as well. I was a bit worried that Divine Vendetta might start to fall back into these slow rounds over and over again, but they decide, you know what, let's just take the fights. Let's just take a faster round onto this B site. They were confident that their play could work for them as long as they got some early kills, and that's exactly what ends up happening. So really nice decision there from Divine Vendetta. Sometimes the underdogs can get a little scared at this point in the game when it does get down to crunch time, when it comes down to these close moments of the game. But we were saying earlier on the desk, Divine Vendetta are always a team who are happy to play their own game. They've really showed that here against Tyloo at the start of this one. And again, Tyloo are consistently under pressure with their economy. They've got another buy together. Somebody's got the AWP into his hands this time round, playing on the B side of the map instead of Dan King. But if Tyloo were to lose this one, then their money would definitely be a question mark.
I think that's a good point. I feel like Tyloo have never really stabilized an economy a single time. It was like force up after force up. They ended up winning one of those force ups, but they still don't have like a strong buy thereafter. So they've been tough for them in the money game. And I think if you're Tyloo, if you lose this map, then you're like, well, crap. I mean, we talked about if they can get to semifinals and beat Tiger, then they're going to be the #1 team in the region, RMR points. But will they even get to the semifinals? That's going to be the question they're going to start to ask themselves. Ezram does trade out in Sully, but not before being dinked up. Somebody's still going to be here with the opposite you pointed out. He switched from Kitchen, now watching at Palace. And Flash going to catch him out. He gets the kill. That's the bomb down. Pressure coming through towards short. He has the backup coming through as well. Oh, he just traded positions with the man who jumps through the smoke. And he looks like he will fall from this Tyke. I think he runs out of ammo. 20 seconds left. They might be running out of time, but Davdov again gets another kill. Down to the 2-on-2, but Ezram's on low HP.
Oh no, the Molotov from Davdov was not the right timing on it, but Ezram still fragging. He needs one more kill. Dan King alive at the back of the bomb site, but look at the time. 5 seconds. Ezram has to push in, has to get the kill. Ezram desperately going for it, but Dan King just takes the fight at the end, wins the round for Tyloo. It's another incredibly close round on the B-bomb site. It really has been an intense game of Counter-Strike for both of these teams. But Dan King there just swings out with confidence at the end. This bomb getting dropped from somebody was so helpful, but then it just descended into madness at one point here on the B-bomb site. Eventually, Dan King wins this fight at the end, gives Tyloo the lead, at least for now. And Divine Vendetta do have a bit of a decision to make here. We were talking about Tyloo's economy being a bit of an issue for them. This time it's the T's who have got a decision to make. And, well, they've made up their minds. They're going for the buy.
There seems to be a little bit of a tech pause going on right now. Okay, it looks like that's been sorted out. But they're gonna force him into this Davdov. Trying to play off the back of the SOP. I mean, I'm assuming Pokemon's gonna be buying up as well. Okay, so we got the AK, Knock 10, a Galil. The Ezram's going to drop over as he has the Deagle. They're going to go for what's Havoc doing? Where's the good look? There it is. This is risky. And the economy is not that bad out of Tyloo. And again, their utility is a little bit light. They do have one FAMAS. But it's not like a round that you have even close to a similar buy. I guess it comes down to Davdov in particular to hit some shots, and he's playing super far back towards the B site, over towards the underpass stairs. And they're hoping that Tyloo are going to get aggressive against them, but as we've seen, Tyloo have been just playing so passive in all of these rounds. If anything, Tyloo has been using the passiveness as well out of Divine Vendetta to go for these stacks on towards these sites. A little bit of a gamble sometimes. They're not gifting them an angle to fight from.
Yeah, especially at mid. They've been super safe. Oftentimes not really fighting for mid at all. But it's been working out pretty well for them in some of these rounds. Again, though, it is those rotations that could take a while between the bomb sites, especially with this setup you see right now. It's not like there's a man who's kind of waiting around that mid position nearby to try and rotate between them. And here comes a smoke into the B bomb site. Somebody just gets run over. Great shot from Pokemon. The AK opens up the round with 2 kills onto B. Dan King with a great shot, but I don't think it's going to matter. The B site's been lost, and Tyloo realize they can't win this. They have to try and save what they can because their money still isn't great, and this game just keeps on giving.
I like how Dan King, he hits that shot, but even before then, everyone was backing away already. I mean, it was a great wide swing. So what was it? Somebody got completely flashed up, a perfect flash onto short. He gets a run over, and then Sully goes for the wide peak in towards sight, but there's two players there ready, and Pokemon gets the double kill they needed to tie things up at 13 apiece. And honestly, like, I thought this was going to be such a one-sided map. We have Train to come up next, which is Divine Vendetta's choice. If it's anything like this map, we're definitely going to have a game on our hands here. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we won't talk about that, Ezram. Don't worry about it. We definitely won't mention that you died to the bomb. Oh wait, I just did. It's all good though. They've got money.
If it was Mitch, he would have sat there for 5 minutes talking about it.
Oh, of course. It's fine though. Look, they're getting a buy still. And it's actually Tyloo who, again, you said earlier, it just feels like Tyloo never have that comfort level where they can get away with losing a round and still have a good buy. Even with some saved guns here, they've got an MP9, a Mag 7 in there. It's just been uncomfortable for them throughout the game, which is obviously a credit to Divine Vendetta, who have fought really hard to get to this point. It's another chance for them to take the lead. Definitely a buy that Tyloo can work with, especially having that AWP of Dan King, who has maybe been a bit quieter than we'd expect so far this game. Currently at the bottom of the team. Maybe this is his moment to step up. His time to shine here ahead of round 27. We are going pretty long in this one. Both teams fighting hard on this first map. This Divine Vendetta who have the better buy ahead of this round as Dan King gets dangerously close to a shot through the smoke.
I think you just saw Ezra jumping up to spot the window.
Jeez.
And Dan King was ready. Attacker's going to join in as well, so I'll shut down the entire underpass push coming through. Oh gosh, I feel bad for anyone trying to push straight into somebody with a Mag 7. I have to ask you, what's your favorite shotgun?
The auto shotty is always my favorite.
I don't like you anymore.
What? Come on, man. What, do you prefer the Mag 7?
It's a shotgun. It's not meant to be an automatic weapon.
Yeah, but the Mag 7, like so many times I'll hit a guy for 90 and 1, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Just get good, man.
Clearly that's the answer.
It's Mag 7 or Nova. I'm going to say Nova just because of my Left 4 Dead roots.
The fun thing about the Nova is you can get some like really long-range dinks with it sometimes that people get so mad at. It's surprisingly okay at like medium range, which I enjoy.
Well, Dan King gets a kill. I think that was over towards Palace. Somebody's giving his position up. Gonna look to back away. He's got Slowly there to protect him. And no, now Dav with the op. I think he needs to try to save it. 20 seconds left. Looks like he will be gifted an opportunity to do so, though Sully's gonna be rushing straight up towards middle. Davdog's gonna have some company coming in from underpass. No. Yes, Summer's coming. And this would be huge to take away, because this gets you to 14. They have no money. After time. And they're not going to go for it. All right. I mean, to be fair, they don't have much money to reinvest anyways. It's just one op. And look at this. 2,800 for Tyke. 3,100 for Havoc. This is tough. Divine Vendetta, I don't think they even have timeouts left. They have to figure out, do we force up into this round to potentially go for the win? Or do we try to play for overtime? And the weaponry is not going to be good either way.
Yeah, their loss bonus was only at $1,900, I think it said there. So even though some of these players are keeping some money, I don't know if that's going to be enough for them. Maybe if they get the bomb plant, then they could be able to buy into the next. But they'll be going for the round win, and they won't be going too well for them at the start of this one. Davdol's lost out early. At least that AWP can be recovered by a teammate. Ezram will get that into his hands. But Dan King's going for more aggression. This is what we like to see from Dan King. Definitely someone who's been an exciting prospect from the region for a while. He's finally come on to Tyloo. He's finally showing up here in this round with 2 early kills. And this should lead to a round win for Tyloo from here. Another kill from somebody pretty much puts the icing on the cake. The AWP of Edram will look for this fight back, but he's having to push here with the sniper. It's not great for him. Good shot from Edram, but he won't get anything else out of it. Tyloo up to 15, and even though this game has come close, it looks like Divine Vendetta may just fall at the final hurdle.
Unfortunate, too. I feel like they've had such a Such a good game. Again, like, I can't really knock anyone on their side. Everyone's had their own moments. Ezreal on CT side and Connector was doing great work. When you think it back to Tyke on the A site with the MP9, able to get like a triple kill in one of the rounds. Pokemon, I mean, I had this little double kill entry on towards the B site on T side, about 4 rounds ago. Dowdow's been pretty good as well. I don't know, the entire team's been playing pretty on point. What worries me though is that Tyloo haven't looked normal. I mean, necessarily like looked like the Tyloo I expected coming into this and going to the second map. If they do turn it on, I do worry bit for Divine Vendetta. Look at this attacker looking to come through, gets the nade onto Tyke, and attacker won't drop. It's actually a gun being gifted over to the enemy team as the bomb's going to get planted. Dan King's behind. Oh no. Just staying alive here is the most important part. Just the pressure he's keeping on. Look, he's keeping the attention of 2 players that lose Havoc in the meantime. And I was just going to back away, maybe even go towards Palace.
Yeah, I love that from Dan King, just playing it safe. Ezram will not be able to fight his way out of this one. It will be Tyloo taking it over the line at the end there, 16-13. Pretty close game across the board, all things considered, but it is Tyloo who get the job done.
Yeah, I think that's pretty expected. I think we expected them to win a little bit more one-sidedly,